So man, I just got done watching one of these informational videos on AOL. Man, I know. I'm out of date. I still use AOL as my main email website, I guess you could say. And anyway, they have like these little informational videos and telling you what happened with Hurricane Sandy, blah 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 blah. And sometimes I scroll through them and see if there's anything interesting, see if there's any articles I want to read. And one stumbled across me, and it was 14-year-old girl registered as a sex offender. And I followed this guy all the way into top useless, man, just for him to turn around, get a double kill on me with the use as. That was a bad play on my part. I thought the guy was an idiot. Obviously, I was proven wrong because he just owned my ass. This is a pretty good gameplay, man. It's got a really good comeback. I'm using a weapon you may not see too often, or at least this setup in particular. I'm using rapid fire and extended mags, but I'm not going to be talking about the gameplay, although it is pretty good, so I figured I would mention it. Anyway, I'm watching this informational video, man, and when you think sex offender, or at least when I think sex offender, I should say, I'm thinking like, rapist, people who watch child pornography, or, people who are like lurking on schools, old men and shit, trying to lure you into their vans and shit, just weird stuff like that. But I guess in specific states, not in every state, but California, for example, because that's who they were talking about in this video right here, man. I thought this guy, I was about to kill the guy lagging out, and he's got his teammate watching his back and laying down with a sniper rifle. Killed my ass. There's nothing I could really do there. But anyway, man, I started watching this video, and it's basically saying that you can become a registered sex offender for the rest of your life. I mean, if you apply for a job, they look up your social security and your name, you're registered as a sex offender. That kind of for life type shit. For like sending nude text messages to your boyfriend or girlfriend, or even having consensual sex. And I guess it happened like if you're 15 and your girlfriend or boyfriend is 16, you're right around the same age, and you have consensual sex. I guess even if your parents are like, yeah, you can have sex with one another, you can still become a registered sex offender in the state of California, which I don't understand, man. And I'm not trying to boast, I'm not being cocky at all, but I've sent my a fair share of like dick pics to girls, and I've gotten girls have sent quite a few more nudes back, and it was never like traveled through my mind like, yo, I could become a registered sex offender right now for sending pictures of myself naked. And what really I guess startles me is that you basically have no say in what you want to do. I think stuff like this should be, don't get me wrong, if like for rapists and people who, child pornography, all that kind of shit should be, what's the word I'm looking for? Should be handled by our government. But when it comes to like what underage kids do, like teenagers, including myself, because I'm 18, I'll be 19 in a few months, should be chosen by your parents. Like, your parents should choose whether you are allowed to do certain things or not. I mean, sending a nude picture, like they were saying, a girl posted a picture of her boobs on Facebook, and there's been a good amount of internet girls, on Twitter, like in the Call of Duty scene or in the gaming scene, that share their post pictures of their boobs on Twitter, or they get around somehow, can be registered, they can be labeled as a sex offender for the rest of their life. And I think this kind of stuff should not be controlled by our government. The government shouldn't have the choice to say, alright, you sent a nude text message to somebody that you've been dating for 3 years. I mean, you're 17, but you still did it, so we're going to have to register you as a sex offender. The word sex is so thrown around because you're not even having sex. And it's funny because our government is now labeling sexting as something you can become a sex offender for, and it baffles me, man. I hate this control of government, and this kind of stuff. I think it should be like your guardian should choose whether or not you're allowed to do this kind of stuff. They should have. I'm sorry right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit tipsy. I'm fumbling my words a little bit, but I don't understand why the government has a say to do this kind of stuff. They shouldn't have the jurisdiction to just be able to label somebody, something that can affect their life, that can totally change their life. They were saying people were losing like college scholarships. Let's say somebody who's about to go pro in the NFL sends a text. He's 17 years old. He's about to get drafted, or maybe not drafted, but he's about to get a scholarship to whatever college, to go pro in whatever sport. And he sends a text to his girlfriend. He's been dating since they were 14, 3 years. And just because they're not 18, you can be registered as a fucking sex offender if the government finds about, like, if the government gets the knowledge, finds out that you are doing this kind of stuff. I don't understand, man. I know it's not every state, and certain states have different policies and different reactions than other states. It still baffles me that even one state, man, California, all this pro weed, pro gay, or pro homosexual, whatever you want to call it, stuff, is the same state that'll label you a sex offender for sending a dick pic or like a boob pic to fucking somebody, man. They were even saying like flirtatious, like on Facebook, sending like cleavage pictures and doing this kind of shit can get you in trouble, man. I don't know. It's just something that caught my interest and made me want to talk about it, because this is what my YouTube channel is for, is just sharing my opinion. And I completely disagree with what they're doing, man. I understand like rapists and fucking child abduction, child pornography, all this kind of shit. They're gonna be, you need to be raped. If you fucking sitting outside of like an elementary school just taking pictures of little girls and shit with binoculars on, then yeah, you are. You're a sex offender. You're a fucking predator, sex predator, whatever you want to call it. But goddamn, man. Now I'm gonna have to think twice before I send another dick pic to my girlfriend. I mean, we're 18, so we're our own age of consent. I guess the parents don't have the choice of whether or not that you're age of consent anymore. At least in the state of California. It's just something that popped into my mind. I figured I would upload this video. I wanted to share my opinion on it. But yeah, man, the gameplay's coming to an end here. It's an amazing comeback with a pretty nice MOAB. Final score is 50-8, 6v6 TDM. I fucking put my team on my back. Every teammate went negative. But yeah, man, hopefully y'all enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a thumbs up rating. And I will speak to you all next time. Peace the fuck out, YouTube.